Are you all right? Hi, what's your name? Wait a minute. Oh, yeah. What's your name?
Katie.
Hi, Katie. What's wrong?
I like this fart in front of the TV every night watching you.
Oh. You know, I thought something was wrong. I saw her. And I'm doing a monologue, and you've heard of dying before, but I've never seen anybody in the audience, and I'm saying, like, please don't die while I'm performing. You know, because that'd be in all the papers. White woman died doing Arsenio Hall monologue, right? Oh. Wait, oh, stop. I just wanted to make sure you were all right, because I haven't seen that kind of behavior since an Ed Sullivan Beatles episode, you know. We know. Okay, be nice. We just lost 5 affiliates in the South. Anyway. But who needs them? This is a new America. We're all one. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We're going to have a great time tonight. I'm going to pick a couple people out of the audience. Why don't you come up and help me? Can you help me? Come here. Come here. You got that skirt on. There's no skirt to be sitting in, so I want you to stand up. And let me get, gentlemen, here. The second runner-up in the Jazzy Jeff lookalike contest. Oh, thank you. Now, you all come over here. This is our Love Train Scramble Board. Yes, kind of a knockoff on the Soul Train Scramble Board, which was created by one of our great black American leaders, Don Cornelius, who is here tonight, by the way. Yeah. Don Cornelius is here tonight. Now, if you've never seen Soul Train, you don't know what this is about, you have to unscramble this word or phrase in the world of love. It is something relevant. Burton, if they successfully do that, what do we have for them?
Well, Arsenio, for appearing on our show, they'll receive the home version of the Arsenio Hall Show. Yes, children from 8 to 80 will enjoy booking guests, finding sponsors, delivering monologues that work, and chatting with fabulous celebrity guests. Due to legal difficulties, posse members sold separately. And as always, you'll also take home the Arsenio at-home extension and weave kit. Don't go through life looking like Evelyn Ashford when you can look like Nick Ashford. Fill it out with the Arsenio at-home extension and weave kit. Remember, Arsenio says, don't just add length, add volume.
Now, we know this lady's name. What's your name, sir?
Maurice.
Maurice. What's happening, man? How you doing?
Great.
Right on. You never see a white man named Maurice. You ever notice that? You ever have, like, your IBM rep or somebody? Maurice. That's a good black name. Yeah. Maurice is saying, just go on with the show, man. I'm also a Crip. Along with Don Cornelius, the creator of Soul Train, we have Animotion. For your musical edification. And Mr. Stacy Keach is here. Mike Wolf, let's get busy. When I mention the inspirations in my life, I always mention Johnny Carson and Richard Pryor, and I never failed to put this man's name in the group. Since 1970, many of us have ridden the Soul Train on a weekly basis. And during the Soul Train's 20 years on the air, it's had one engineer. You can always bet your money he's a stone gas honey, Mr. Don Cornelius.
Hey, man, you know I'm here. this is my posse over there. No.
We got the Love Train Scramble board over here.
Yeah, strike that, will you, please?
Let me tell you something.
You know, I'm used to running things, man.
I know. You probably have a hard time just sitting and listening and answering questions.
You ain't gonna run nothing while I'm here, you know that.
Oh, boy, here we go. Here, now, when I come to your show, I'm nice.
Mess up my show over there.
I was nice when I was there. I let you host.
You were terrible.
I was nice. I was nice.
And you made fun of me, or you imitated me.
But you cut all that out, did I?
You kids were laying on the floor laughing. You trying to do Don Cornelius.
And you cut it all out, didn't you?
And then you started making jokes about Michael Jackson, which really...
Wait, I didn't make a joke about Michael Jackson. You had that Michael Jackson look-alike in your studio. Yes, you did. And you cut it out. You had that guy, and you had to cut it out. But there was a guy over on the side...
I didn't even know that guy was in there, Michael.
Guy over in the corner doing this and all that kind of stuff. Dripping. Anyway. He's dripping down his face.
You're going to get me in trouble. You know, Michael is doing our show.
I know. You're giving him an award or something.
Very special and deserving award, as a matter of fact. But I didn't come here to hype the show, which is hosted by Patti LaBelle and and Ahmed Rashad. And, you know, New Edition is performing.
You can't take them. Don't take them Don Cornelius pauses on my show, please. Would you just bring the words together?
Are you brother? Are you hip to Bobby Brown?
Yes, I am. I am very hip to him.
All right, you got it.
I hate them pauses you make, man. They take
I
too
know
long.
you hate it. That's why you do it every night.
Don Cornelius.
You know, I'm really sorry I ever started doing that years ago, because when I see you at night, and I wish that there was some way I could reach you and explain to you how unorthodox that is for a host.
But it's so cool, man. It's so cool.
The white guys that came along before you and I, they never did that. They just, like this. And now, please welcome Arsenio Hall. They never said Arsenio Hall, ladies and gentlemen. They never did that.
You got to put some soul into everything you do. You got it. Why not use it?
That's true.
You know, we talk about other people in the business. Do you think sometimes you don't get the credit you deserve?
Yes, I do get the credit I deserve, I'm not being facetious. I think the industry we serve has an extremely high regard for Soul Train and all it's meant. The medium that you and I work in tends to ignore the efforts of people like us, because in Soul Train's case in particular, it's a special market, a show directed at a special market, and other than the special market, nobody seems to take it seriously, but that's okay. I'm not here to complain. I'm here to promote.
The Soul Train Music Awards on when?
Wednesday, March 12th, which is tomorrow. In a few markets, it'll be on Thursday. Not March, April 12th.
You can't do nothing right. We'll be right back with more Don. You are responsible for giving a lot of people opportunity. A lot of dancers even on your show have become famous dancers, singers. Tell us about some of the highlights and some of the history.
Well, yeah, there are some folks who started out as dancers on Soul Train, which I guess has been an incentive for a lot of kids to get exposed. We have people like Demita Jo Freeman. I don't know if everybody.
She's a choreographer now, and she was in Private Benjamin as an actress.
Darnell Williams, who's won
soap opera
acting
actor.
awards, and his first public exposure was Soul Train, and Jody Watley, of course, was
singer extraordinaire.
One of our, sort of lead dancers in terms of style and physicality, if you will. She went on to greater heights, and there are a number of others, but I understand I have a very short segment on this.
You can never be nice, can you? You can't come here and just sit and be nice and say love, peace, and soul and leave happy. You got to come and mess with me.
That's what I'm here for. That's my job. My job is to mess with Arsenio.
Okay. Tell me about some of the highlights over the years on the show.
Well, most of the highlights for me have been musical highlights. Things that have happened that, you know, to my knowledge, hadn't happened on any other show. James Brown, Bobby Bland, and B.B. King playing and singing live on the same stage, which some of your audience may not be young enough to remember. I may not be old enough to remember seeing, but certainly you are, Mr. Hall. Barry White performed on our show with 40 pieces, which had never been done in that format before. It was basically a lip-sync format started by Bandstand some 34 years ago, and we just started to do things that the other show or shows had not done because we had to. People would say to us, I'll do your show, but I want to do it this way. And in order to get the artists and to grow in terms of our credibility, we developed a policy of doing whatever they wanted to do, just come to the show.
Yeah.
and we'll do it.
Yeah.
So that sort of became our style. I mean, it has come back to haunt us, you know, over the years. But we invented new ways to do the dance show format, but not through any specific creativity of our own. The artist community sort of dictated. They'd say, I just don't want to do it that way, you know. And in a way, when and you may experience the same thing, especially since I've talked to a couple of people like Stevie Wonder and Barry White recently, who asked me pointedly, what did I think of you? And that's probably why you haven't been able to book them. No, but I told them that you were my brother, and I thought you were wonderful, and I thought you had set a new standard for the talk variety format, but you could be insulting sometimes. No, I didn't say that. I know. They'll be here, brother, you know. They'll be here. If they don't come, you call Big D, okay? All right?
I know Stevie will be here. I know Stevie will be here. Yes, indeed.
Not soon, though.
Well, he's out of the country right now, isn't he?
You bet your last money.
Well, I thank you for being here. That's all that matters to me. I can retire now.
I wish you would.